Aloha, my name is Tara Coyote, and I've been on a late-stage cancer journey for 4.5 years now, and I was inspired to make a video because the other day I did a full-body CAT scan and an MRI brain scan, and I really wanted to share my experience because a lot of people don't understand what it's like for us cancer journeyers to go through this process of getting a scan and then having to sit and wait for the results. So in this video, I share the beautiful sunrise here on Kaua'i. I share my experience of drinking a radium banana flavored smoothie. It was so good, not really. And I just share the process of what it's like to get a scan. So I hope it sheds light on the experience for those of you who are not on a cancer journey, and I hope it helps those of you who are in a cancer journey feel less alone, because it is quite a scary process to deal with the mind worms that can come out and the whole process. I hope you enjoy it. This is so good. I am so loving my banana breakfast smoothie here. It's actually not that bad. It's better than blueberry. Anyways, I don't think it's part of the ketogenic diet, alas. Wow, banana radium smoothie first thing in the morning, watching the sunrise. Pretty sweet. Life is good. Yum. This is the best. You have to drink two of these containers. They coat your inside. You cannot eat or drink after midnight because this has to coat your inside. So it shows if there's any cancer in your body. Thank you, little banana, for helping me. So good. Okay, I'm done. It was a little traumatic. I have this port. I'll show you guys. Well, there's actually a little band-aid over it. So it's where when I got chemo, they would access it to put the chemo in it because you can't just put it directly in the vein. And so whenever I get these scans, it's really helpful because they can just put the contrast dye right in there and they don't have to stick me with, you know, all these needles in my arm. But basically the nurse, she had a hard time getting into my port. Like she poked me a few times with this big needle and I was crying because it hurt so much. And so I asked her to please get the oncology nurse to do it because they know what they're doing and they could do it right away and they're just so wonderful. Not that this other nurse wasn't wonderful, she was, but it's just the oncology nurses are more experienced. So that was a little traumatic. The CAT scan is easy. It's just like 10 minutes. The MRI, the brain MRI, on the other hand, is much longer and really, really loud. It was actually interesting. I asked the technician, why is it so loud? And he said, well, it's basically moving the molecules of your brain around, and it's so, the energetic force and the noise is so loud that it helps to move the molecules of the brain around. I can't explain it. You can look it up, but it's pretty fascinating. But anyways, finally got to eat something, finally got to drink something besides a banana smoothie. And it's always an experience. So I'm making these videos and sharing my experience so everybody knows what it's like to go through this, because you don't really know unless you're in this circumstance, unless you're, you know, cancer thriver. And it takes a lot of courage to go in and just to know that your fate will be determined by a test. And I did not do tests for a long time when I lived in California because the medical system there was quite pushy with me, and it was terrible. They were they bullied me in a way, and not to say I was a perfect client because I was so misnatural. I had to be super strong in my viewpoint, but I so appreciate the medical system here in Hawaii. They're so loving. And you know, when I was doing the really loud MRI, I could listen to Hawaiian music, and I had a face mask on, you know, an eye mask, and I went into this deep meditation state and almost fell asleep, but really deep breathing and focusing on just being calm helps. But to get around to what I was saying, I'm a little scrambled from the experiences. You could tell that, yeah, I'm really grateful for the loving care here. It really makes a difference to have people who are kind and just know it's not the easiest thing to go through. So anyways, thanks for coming along with me. I am just in the moment and grateful, and in the perspective of, you know, people suffering in the world, I have so much to be grateful for, and I encourage y'all to find the gratitude in whatever is beautiful in your life. All right, aloha. I'm going to go out into my day now. Bye. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope it brought some joy and beauty your way, and also some awareness of what it's like for us cancer journeyers. And I just want to say, I did the scan a few days ago, and I haven't been in a place of fear at all, but I did wake up this morning with this lingering doubt in my mind. Oh my God, what if the results are really bad? So I have to be so aware. I often think of my journey with a late stage cancer, stage 4 cancer, which was in my lungs, my liver, my spine, and my adrenal gland, as I spoke about earlier, as being on a razor's edge, because part of me has to stay realistic, because every time I see the oncologist, he reminds me, you know, Tara, the cancer can come back at any point. And at this point, I've sadly had many friends who've died from the same exact thing that I have. I'm very much a miracle to be here right now talking to you. And so I have to hold that perspective of the reality, but then also keep on the side of faith and fear. So I think of it as like walking on a razor's edge of staying aware, but then also staying positive as far as like, I am choosing healing. I'm choosing health. I feel great. So I really have to work daily with my mind, and those of us on a cancer journey have to be present with everything that comes our way, especially because there's so much fear about cancer in our society, because cancer equates death, because we live in a death-phobic culture, right? So scanxiety is real. It's really real. So what I try to do is I bring myself back to the moment. I do the work of Byron Katie, which I highly recommend, and I check into what's really real. Am I believing the story that I might die from cancer? In a year I'll be dead? Or do I believe the reality that I'm doing really well and I'm making you guys a silly, somewhat serious video right now? So, and then I also really acknowledge the fear that comes up, and I allow myself to release it. If I feel angry, if I feel sad, whatever it is, I let myself feel it, because the more we hold on to emotions and don't express it, the more it'll get stuck in our body as dis-ease. Get it? Not disease, dis-ease. So just wanted to share that, because it's a very common thing to go through scanxiety after receiving a scan. So thank you for watching. Wishing you all so much love. Take excellent care of yourselves, and aloha from Kauai. Bye.